I am grateful and indebted to Justice Pashayar and members of the Memorial Committee for giving me an opportunity to participate in the function organized to celebrate 111th year of birth of legendary son of Odisha, who was not only a leader of freedom movement in this part of the country, but also championed the cause of poor and have-nots in the society who were oppressed by affluent class. In his book, Vishwanath Pasayar, The Pioneer of New Era, Sri Debasanan Das has aptly and vividly scripted different facets of the life of Sri Vishwanath Pasayar, a great human being who always worked for betterment of the children of God, whom we call Daridra Narayan. In few minutes of the inaugural address, it is impossible to describe and analyze the tremendous public service done by Sri Vishwanath Pasayar as a student leader, a freedom fighter, a lawyer, and above all a champion of the cause of poor and downtrodden who were subjected to injustice by state apparatus of the day and affluent class. One of the several aspects of advocacy of Sri Vishwanath Pasayar, as noted by Siddharth, was that he always espoused the cause of the downtrodden and conducted their cases in various courts in the state without charging fee, which is a phenomena already diminished. And more importantly, he never accepted the brief of the affluent class when the litigation was against poor. Again, a unique quality. Therefore, while preparing the draft, the framers of the Constitution had considered the core values described in Dharma Shastra, apart from the Constitution of different countries and Universal Declaration of Human Rights. This is eloquently reflected in the preamble, which not only contains a declaration by the people of India that the country is a sovereign democratic republic. The words socialist and secular were added in 1977. But more importantly, a determination to secure to all citizens. This part is omitted by most of the law students and lawyers and judges. Secure to all its citizens. What is the first word? Justice. And first word accompanied by the word social. Then comes economic. And then comes political. Liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith and worship. Equality of status and of opportunity. Promotion of fraternity among all. And this is again one thing I am telling you, which we have missed last 73 years. Assuring dignity of the individual. This is for what? This is something for which Sri Vishwanath Pasayar is to throughout his brief life. Part 3 of the Constitution contains some negative injunctions of the state against the state and mandates it not to deny equality before law or the equal protection of laws. Also prohibits discrimination on the ground of religion, race, caste, sex, place of birth in the matter of access to various amenities and employment. At the same time, the state is allowed to make special provisions and advancement of economically weaker sections. Right to freedom of speech and expression, right to travel, right to assemble peacefully, right to form association, right to practice any profession, trade or occupation are guaranteed under Article 19. Article 21 guarantees protection to life and personal liberty. If not more, equally important are provisions contained in Part 4, that's Articles 38 to 50. I always considered as a lawyer and a judge that Part 4 is the conscience of the Constitution of India, which ordained the state to take steps for achieving the goals of social and economic justice, empowerment of weaker sections, women, children, labor, rural population and for ensuring that they are able to live dignified life. In last more than 73 years, the courts in general and the constitutional courts in particular have admirably done their duty to protect and safeguard the rights of common men by giving wider meaning to the concept of equality, life and liberty, while interpreting the word life, the highest court of the nation has ruled that the right to life includes the right to livelihood, the right to clean environment, the right to privacy, the right to shelter, the right to health. Since the burden on the courts has been increasing for last many decades, the Parliament brought legislation called Human Rights Act and created a body called Human Rights Commission. In last 20 years, the Human Rights Commission has played an activist role. But I am sorry to say, on various fronts, the courts as well as the Human Rights Commission have failed to protect the human rights. One thing which comes to my mind and must be coming to the mind of all those sitting in the hall, the practice of scavenging. After 75 years of independence, we carry this plot of scavenging. As a child, the age of 5 years, I used to shudder why the people should carry filth over their head. And while sitting in the Supreme Court, after a period of 60 years, I still found that the practices continuing in the country. A case which came before the Supreme Court was raised regarding the death of the people, contract employees who are made to work in the sewers, perhaps widely prevalent in the country. The work is entrusted to the contractor. It is a phenomenon widely prevalent in the country today. The contractor employs on petty salary to some people, do not provide protective equipment. The result is that those who go in the sewer, lot many of them die, and what we offer to them is petty compensation. I do not know on what day we will stop this practice. The second incident which has struck in my mind was COVID-19. Millions of people traveled, migrated from various parts of the country. They were left with no choice but to go to their state. And when the matter was brought to the Supreme Court, I must hang my head in shame. The Supreme Court accepted the statement of the Learned Solicitor General. There is no single individual is travelling and is suffering due to COVID-19. I am sure the most learned chairman of the Human Rights Commission in times to come will take cognizance of such incidents of violation of human rights and violation of dignity and restore the pride of the nation. I thank the members of the committee for giving me this opportunity to be here. Thank you very much.